hello. Please have a seat. Are you comfortable? Yes, this is for applying for an Slur pass. Can I please have your papers, please? Okay. And let me just see here. And this is not filled out. You had a few questions. Okay, well, we can go through it together if you'd like. Absolutely, absolutely. We can totally do that. Okay. This might take a little bit of time, so I'm going to go through my break here, but that's okay. You know, this is a very important business that we run here, so making sure that you have the Slur pass is incredibly important. Otherwise, how would you go about your day-to-day business? So, can I just get started here and get your name? Okay. It's a very generic name. Are you sure? If you have a chosen name of some kind, I feel like that is very helpful, you know, in terms of like giving you the pass. Also, if you have a nickname of some capacity, particularly an androgynous nickname, that also very much helps. Okay. Okay. And can I get your age? Any age is fine, so long as you're above 18. Okay. And can I get your favorite diva? Yes, diva? Yeah, I was a little worried there. You didn't know what a diva was. Are you sure you want to put her down, though? She is a billionaire. Okay. Okay. And who is your favorite drag queen? They're just like drag queen of choice. Okay. Really? You don't want to support someone local? Okay. And can you give me your favorite iced coffee? Okay. So this is actually a trick question. You could give us a iced coffee, which you did, but if you have IBS or if you have some form of sort of intestinal, sort of gastrointestinal issue, that also is a point for you. And generally, what is your speed of walk? Yes, are you a speedy walker? Okay, yeah. Very good, very good. And in general, from in your day-to-day life, just how filled with hate are you? Not that gay people are filled with hatred. A lot of us are very, very loving, but we have a slight meanness to us. So it's like how that level, how high is that within you? Okay, okay. And what is your favorite musical? There is a right and wrong answer here. Okay, very, very good choice. Yes, acceptable options would be Wicked, Phantom of the Opera, Rent, Grease. Unacceptable options would be, very, very unfortunate. But I kind of don't want to say them. I don't want to give you ideas here. Yeah, let's actually just move on. Let us talk about your astrological sign. Yes, some signs are allowed to get the Slur pass, and some signs are not. In particular, you don't want to be a Leo. Okay. Okay. So, okay, that's all of the basic information that I need from you. So next, we're going to do a hygiene check. This is important because your level of hygiene is going to determine your intent in regards to when you use the Slur and whether you get the Slur pass, right? So it's just, I'm going to get a little bit close to you, going to touch a few parts of you. It should be generally okay. I'm fairly clean, so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to check off all of the different options here. I'm going to go through hair, skin, nails, nose hairs, and fingerprints, okay? So first up, let's start with hair. So if you just stay still for me here, I'm just going to look here and just, okay, I'm noticing something. First of all, do you use like 2-in-1, 3-in-1? Okay. Okay. And what is your general hair care routine? Either pre-shower, post-shower, or within the shower, whatever you want. Okay. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Okay. Okay. good. Just some notes here. Okay, now skin. Just gonna look at your skin here. So just stay still. Just testing its porosity, as well as making sure it feels nice and elastic. I want to make sure also to ask you if you have any form of skincare routine as well. You wish you did, but it's a little expensive. So, it's unfortunate, but that is going to be a point against you, but that's okay. Yeah, unfortunately, getting the Slur pass does require some form of wealth. Okay. All right, let's look at your nails next. So give me your nails. Let's see here. Okay. Okay. Your nail polish is chipping very easily. It's not a good sign. Not a good sign. Yeah, not very good. Not very good. But that's okay. Okay, let's look at your nose hairs next. So go up so I can look in. Okay. Okay. Just looking at the hair here. It's pretty thick nose hair, Do you trim them at all? Okay. Okay. And lastly, fingerprints. So I'm just going to need you to place your hand right here and just put each finger down, right? So just first do your index finger. Okay, let me just, okay. Okay, seeing it on my computer here. And then can you give me your middle finger? No, don't give it to me. Well, that is good. No, put your middle finger down. Okay, great. Okay. And could I get you the two fingers together, both this one and your pinky? Ring and pinky finger. Okay. Okay, and could I get your thumb? Okay. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, and then looking at the info here. Okay, your fingerprints don't particularly look especially fruity. So, we're going to have to go off of vibes here, but that's okay. Slur passes go out to many different kinds of people. It's very inclusive, but it's also exclusive. So you need to be very careful with the coming sort of steps that we're going to do here, okay? Okay. Okay, so because I'm deeming you not particularly and not as fruity as we would like, we're going to go ahead and give you the Slur pass test here. This is just a series of questions just to make sure that we are on board and sort of we're ready to give you the Slur pass, and then we'll be able to submit your paperwork, okay? The first thing that we're going to do for the Slur pass is we're going to go through a series of questions. I'm going to present you with a series of pictures. You're going to see the person in the picture, and then you're going to tell me whether that person has the Slur pass or not, okay? You have to get these all right, so you have to be very careful and very intentional. You are allowed to ask me who they are, how they relate to this, this test, how they relate to, people of our community, and you will have a few minutes to be able to decide, okay? Okay, so let's go ahead here and get started. So here is our first person. Do you recognize who this person is? Okay, so this is RuPaul. RuPaul is the host of RuPaul's Drag Race. Here they are pictured, not in drag, They tend to be pictured either in drag or out of drag. They like to think that they are an actress, and they have a very iconic laugh, and they're known very much for fracking. Okay, so with that information, what do you think about him having the Slur pass? Yes, RuPaul does have a husband as well. I did not mention that. I did not think it was pertinent, but if you wanted to bring it up, we can talk about it. So, what do you think? That's right. RuPaul does not get the Slur pass. No, absolutely not. No. Okay. So, next, we have Laverne Cox. She, very lovely actress, most well known for Orange is the New Black. You know, it's pretty old at this point, but, you know, that's how she sort of came into a lot of people's, you know, a lot of people's minds, a lot of like the pop culture. And ever since, she's sort of been around, and you know, she's done a lot of different projects. But I ask you, Laverne Cox, does she get the Slur pass? Beautiful blonde hair, lovely dress. What do you think? Laverne Cox has been known to date men, if that's your question. But Laverne Cox is also part of the community. Yes, the LGBTQ community is specifically what I'm talking about. Okay. Yes, Laverne Cox does get the Slur pass, of course. You know, I think Laverne Cox can give the Slur pass. Okay, good. So far, so good. Let us discuss then the next person. Do you think this person gets the Slur pass? Do you recognize this person? This is Darren Criss, star from Glee, sort of cringe lord, and unapologetically himself. Maybe cringe lord is maybe a little bit hateful, a little you know, poor of me to say. You know, famous for dating the character Kurt in Glee. Yes, Kurt. So, do you think that Darren Criss gets the Slur pass? This one's a little ambiguous, I'll say it. This is a little tough one. This is a little toughie. I think a restricted Slur pass would probably work best for this person. Don't you think? Yes, yeah. A restricted Slur pass, because I think you're absolutely right. A restricted Slur pass, maybe a conditional one, you know, depending on the circumstances of his life and the projects that he's working on. He's allowed to say it or he's not allowed to say it. It's really up in the air as well. And okay, so next. But I do think generally, yes. Okay, now next. Does this person get the Slur pass? This is Pete Buttigieg, U.S. politician, and a little bit hard to describe the energy, sort of the awkward energy that this man brings to the table. But the question is, does Pete Buttigieg get the Slur pass? He is, I don't know if he's married now, but he was, I think he is married now to a man named Cheston. What do you think? That's right. He does not get the pass. No. No. Cheston maybe, but he doesn't get the pass. Okay. Very good. You're picking up very, very good. Okay, so next. Mrs. Potts from Beauty and the Beast. Lovely old lady. Mother. Probably an unfortunate bystander, an employee, an abused employee. Do you think she gets the Slur pass? Well, she does have a big trunk. That is the spout. And she has a nice frilly tea kettle hat. If that changes your answer. Yes, she does get the pass. Very good. Very, very good. Impressive. Okay. Okay, next. Actually, let's do that. That's probably better. Beast from Beauty and the Beast. Does he get the pass? You've seen Beauty and the Beast, I assume? Yes. So, does he get the pass? He has blue eyes. It's a bit... particularly in this form. We're not talking about the Beast at the end of the movie. We're talking about the Beast when he's cursed. Does he get the pass? Does he? You sure? You sure? He doesn't get the pass. No. No. You would think he would get the pass. It's very furry, part of that community. A lot of people tend to, the communities tend to overlap in some capacity, so you don't know. But no, he doesn't get the pass. No. But this next one I think is going to be pretty obvious, so let's not linger too long on it, okay? So, a crusty white dog. What do you think? Does a crusty white dog get the Slur pass? Here, let's take a closer look at the crusty white dog. This crusty white dog has a lot of crust. Looks a little sad, but I think a lot of crusty white dogs tend to look sad. I think they're probably a little groomed. But this is a representation of the majority of crusty white dogs, yes? So, what does the crusty white dog get the Slur pass? Okay, I'm going to give you a hint. The crusty white dog is going to say the Slur regardless of whether they have the pass. So do you think that means that they do have the pass or they don't have the pass? They do have the pass. Absolutely. For sure. Yeah. Very good. Okay. Okay, next we have Hassan Piker. Famous straight man, political commentator, sort of dog owner. Do you think that Hassan Piker gets the Slur pass here? Is he part of the community? Well, he has a gay friend who he does a podcast with, if that changes your answer or anything. Yes. He's wearing, I think, a typical, I want to say Chinese suit. I think this is when he went to China, possibly. So, what do you think? Yes, he does get the pass. Absolutely. Okay. Very good. Just FYI, this is not part of the test, but his gay friend does not get the pass. Okay, so next. Kermit the Frog. Do you think that Kermit gets the Slur pass? Everybody knows Kermit, so I'm not going to tell you the general about Kermit, but what I will say, something that's pretty important for you to know, I hear that Kermit is a very messy bottom, so if that's any information for you. It's got a big hole. Yes, he does get the pass. Yes. Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay. Next we have, this is Jonathan Van Ness, JVN, most known for being a menace on Queer Eye, but also opening the gateway to a lot of people understanding androgyny. So, you know, a bit interesting. JVN, renowned hairstylist, also known for being a menace on the Queer Eye set, also known for bringing androgyny, but also kind of known as being a very, very big capitalist. Do you think that they get the Slur pass? Famously, they did say that they find Ronald Reagan hot. Do with that information what you will. They do not get the pass. I'm sorry. I know, but I don't make the rules here. This is all stuff that, you know, was brought. It's all come from up top. I can't do anything about it. Okay. Jojo Siwa. Does she get the pass? I don't know if you've kept up with Jojo Siwa's latest dealings, but you know, she has been doing a lot. Famous internet content creator, or at least was a famous internet content creator. I'll be completely honest. You know, here at the company, I don't really interact with a lot of Jojo Siwa content, so I just have to give this question. So you're absolutely right. She does not get the pass. No, she revoked the pass. She did get the pass at one point, but she does not get the pass anymore. Okay, this is the last question. You ready? A crow. Does this particular crow, screaming into the wind, get the Slur pass? This is sort of, you know, take everything that you've learned, apply it to this crow. Does this crow get the Slur pass? Absolutely, this crow gets the Slur pass. Are you kidding? I think the Slur probably invented the Slur, and many other slurs, I'll be honest. So, very, very good. Very good. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and write down your answers. Okay. So then I'm just going to go ahead and submit your paperwork unless you have any other comments or concerns. Okay. So with that, what's going to end up happening for you is that you're going to get a temporary Slur pass in the mail. Oh, sorry. You're not going to get the temporary one. You're going to get a temporary one from me. Then you're going to get the Slur pass in the mail. 2 to 4 weeks, generally, is what we expect. You know, it can be longer, but generally it doesn't take that long. If you get stopped at a light, or, you know, if you see a particularly fruity person sort of walking the street, feel free to go ahead and shout it out at them. It is a-okay, because you do have the temporary pass. If they ask you about it, you can card them. Okay. Okay. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. So we're all good to go. It's been submitted, and you know, you'll be able to pick up your pass on the way out. Okay. Yes, the temporary one. Okay, well, you have a great one, and go ahead, start flinging those slurs around. Okay, then. Bye-bye.